What's up everybody, Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel guys. As promised, we are on the test server and we're gonna have a look at another brand new champion that was added to the game today. This time around, we're actually gonna do Clan Boss. Now, in Clan Boss, we're actually going to spotlight two different champions. We already tried Harima in an arena, we've seen her damage potential, and I promise that I'm gonna try her in Clan Boss as well. So we're gonna do that in this video together with the other champion. So this is Harima. If you guys want to see the video that I've put on for Arena to see how freaking amazing she is, definitely check it out. I'm going to put it in the pinned comment. Then we have Corvis. Corvis The Corruptor. This is a new champion from the Sacred Order, defense-based champion. Very good base stats all around, 19k HP, 1.4k defense, 99 speed, 15 crit, basic crit damage, 40 resistance, 20 accuracy. Now, how I mentioned, firstly, I'm going to try him in Clan Boss, so this is the build that I have for Clan Boss. Then we're going to change it for Dungeons. Now, in terms of skills, on the A1, he has a chance to land attack down on a single target. The A2 attacks all enemies 2 times, okay? The first hit increases the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn, kind of like what Vizier does. The second increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. This is the best champion to increase the duration of buffs on your team for the simple fact that he increases the duration of debuffs too, which is very, very powerful. The A3 attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit fully booked has a 100% chance to land 2 5% poison debuffs on the target. After attacking, he's gonna land the poison sensitivity on targets that have more than 2 poisons on. All the damage is based on defense, how I mentioned, so that will be a nice tanky champion. The passive decreases the damage enemies under poison debuffs inflict. 5% per poison stacks up to 25%. A massive damage reduction in Clan Boss. Then we have the aura, increases ally defense in all battles by 30. Just to kind of like make him and make Harima justice, I made a 2-to-1 ratio team. High defense team, we're not using counter attack, ally attack, no unkillable, no block damage whatsoever. I haven't really made a big effort to speed tune the team in making everything go on perfect, etc. So we're gonna get a decent amount of damage where we're gonna be able to see kind of like their full potential. The build that I have on him, Stalwart and Speed. Total stats, we have 38k HP, 4.7k defense, 257 speed, 102 crit rate, 258 crit damage, 286 accuracy. So the stats on the champions are pretty juicy. It's mainly kind of like just to see their potential, you know. In terms of masteries, we have offense and defense 3, War Master as tier 6, and we went on the defense 3 because we don't want to have Cycle of Magic, and I have plenty of accuracy for him to do all the job that he needs to get done. Plus we have more damage reduction from masteries. Then, talking about Harima. She is built on Savage and a speed set. Now, probably I would have made her better justice on putting her... What? Now, probably I would have made her better justice by putting her on a reflex set instead. But the whole idea with her is that attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit decreases the target's defense by 5, stacks up to 30, very similar with the Cruelty Blessing. Then each hit also increases this champion's defense by 5, stacking up to a total of 100%, okay? That is very powerful. The exact same thing that Ninja has in his passive. His attack gets increased up to 100% as well, and is Val the Destroyer that has a very similar thing too in his own passive. But this is a defense-based champion, so will survive on non-unkillable teams. Plus, she's freaking OP for Arena. Feel free to check the guide, pin comment if you're curious. Total stats, we have 35k HP, 6.5k defense. She is our main damage dealer, 228 speed, 99 crit rate, whoops, 255 crit damage, no accuracy because we have other champions to deal with the attack down, and offense and defense 3, identical masteries with what we had on Corvis. The next champion, and I bet you're not gonna guess this champion in 1,000 tries, okay? You're just not going to guess it. And is no one else but freaking Hotatsu. 3 speed sets, and the stats on him, 33k HP, 5k defense, 259 speed, 99 crit rate, oops again, 230 crit damage, 245 accuracy. Now, we are relying on this champion for the leech. He is our main source of healing. And on top of it, we have increased defense. He's the only champion that will actually give us increased defense in the team. Increased defense, continuous heal, leech, and every now and then he does have a chance to land the attack down. The passive doesn't really come in play whatsoever. Master is identical with what we had on the others. War Master as tier 6, counter attack. Moving over to the last two champions. These are kind of like older big boys in here and big girls. We have no one else but Brogni, who is going to be our cleanser. It's going to give us a bit of shield. We have him on a speed set, crit damage, and cruel. This is a very solid build on Brogni. The whole idea with him is that he's probably one of the hardest champions to build in the entire game. He needs every single stat. HP, defense, attack, damage, speed, accuracy, freaking everything, okay? So this is pretty intensive in terms of building the champion. 70k HP, 2.5k attack, 4.5k defense, 218 speed, full crit rate, 262 crit damage, 282 accuracy. A bit of overkill there on the accuracy. Masteries, we have offense and support tree. War Masters, he's the only champion that has the support tree on, and that's mainly to get a bigger shield and have a higher chance to land the HP burn. I could have went with the defense tree on as well, but hey, I chose to go with support instead. Considering that I have a overkill on accuracy, getting stat fast could have been a nice idea. I didn't thought about it. And the last champion is no one else but Lydia. Of course, every single champion is fully booked. Lydia is on an accuracy and 2 speed sets. Total stats, 47k HP, 3.7k attack, 4.3k defense, 269 speed. And I know what you're talking about. 69, don't think about them things right now. 100 crit rate, 249 crit damage, 222 accuracy. Masteries, identical with the other offense and defense tree, except attack instead of crit rate because we had a bit of overkill on there. This is the team that we're going to try out, guys. How I mentioned, we're actually going to spotlight Harima and we're going to spotlight Corvus as well in the same run. So this is our team right here, guys. I already explained you what each one of the champions will do for the team. In terms of the preset, it's not a full auto team. I can start at full auto, but I have to manual a couple of turns just to make sure I'm keeping the stun under control and nothing will get messed up. If not, the team won't tune into a 2-to-1 ratio. That being said, let's see what sort of damage we're getting out of it. So we can start it on full auto, but we're gonna have to stop after the very first turn. Keep an eye on the rotation if you are curious to try something like this out. How I mentioned, I haven't spent a lot of time in tuning it to take it perfectly, to have the right skills used all the time at the right moment, to have the shield all the time on the AoEs, and you're gonna see that the team is actually gonna die a bit early because I don't have the shield on a couple of champions on the second AoE. I haven't really bothered to go that much in depth with it. I just kind of want to see their damage, right? So when we are talking about the blessings here, I don't have Brimstone on this team because that would have costed me the debuff bar, okay? And I could have lost either attack down, either leech. It's very important to have them both on. I have no lifesteal gear on any of my champions, so my main source of healing is having that leech, okay? Plus the continuous heal, which is not enough to keep the heal up. Love the animations on Corvis. I like how he's actually dropping that poisons on the boss, the actual liquid poison, you know. And then the other one is pretty interesting as well. I still can't get over the dragon. The animations from the other champion is actually pretty nice. And she's dealing so much damage, guys. Like, just wait and see it. Check out that dragon. Bang, how he comes out and just drops in the damage there. I feel like in terms of damage potential and raw hits, Corvis doesn't really do that much damage, like 74k hit right there. Of course, once we're gonna start having all the buffs on at the right moment, like increased defense and things, you're gonna see the difference. Harima, on the other hand, she smacks super hard. Medical Miracle, increase the duration of debuffs, increase the duration of buffs. That's actually a very nice combination of skills right there. I like it. Check this out. So whenever we are using that A2 on Harima, her defense gets higher and higher, and the boss's defense gets lower and lower, which is very nice to see because it allows us to bring in a lot of damage. I feel like from here on, I should be able to click auto and kind of like forget about it. Yeah, so we clicked auto. We just wanted to make sure we have the block debuffs on Corvus at the right time to don't get stunned, because if he gets stunned, the team doesn't get in sync, you know, on a 2-to-1 ratio. So Corvus doesn't hit as hard, but he has a lot of utility. How I mentioned, Harima hits very, very hard. I'm actually gonna fast forward a bit towards the end of the fight, where we're gonna be able to see the numbers much, much better, you know. So here we are. We are on turn 31. How I don't have the shield on all of the champions on the second. The AoE is actually pretty nasty because the boss hits very hard there, and the team is gonna die a bit early. I feel like we got really unlucky this run. The A1 on Harima, 458k, okay? The damage, the average damage is around 450 plus k on the A1, having all the right buffs and debuffs. And the A2 is around 200k. The A3 is around 500k. That is a lot of raw damage from a defense-based champion. Last time we got Mishinaki, which is an awesome champion. Now we got her. We're getting a lot of high defense champions that can do a lot of work on the bosses here, and I definitely like seeing that. Very, very nice. Look, 183k, 210, 220k, solid damage. Then we have Corvus with 80k, 79k, 102k with the A1. So his raw damage is not as powerful. The A3, 486k damage. Crazy, crazy damage. I love seeing that, actually. Very, very impressive. 74, 75, and that was on his A2. Not that crazy. You see, we actually just dropped Hotatsu. We got so freaking unlucky here. 212, 233, 209k, and that's her A2. Over 600k damage with one skill, guys. And the rest hitting almost for 500,000 each, including the A1. Tell me that that's not crazy. 448k with a War Master, which goes almost up to 90k because of all the ignored defense. 87k per proc. Very, very nice. So we're on turn 37, right? The team dies pretty early. I haven't really tuned it properly, how I mentioned, but we are reaching almost 100 million damage. Very crazy. He died as well there, Corvus. We got unlucky. Every time the boss crits so early, you know. Not having Valkyrie with that insane shield and the counter attack, not having ally protection, makes such a massive difference in the team, guys, you know. But here we are. Guess your damage. Guess your individual damage. 99.14 million damage. Corvus 21.3. Hotatsu 9.7. Harima with an impressive 40.6. Disgusting. Under Priest Brooklyn 14.5. And Lydia 12.7. Very impressive damage. Great addition to the game, these two champions. But that was all for this video, guys. Much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next one. Peace.